concerned that the plane may well have been brought down as a result of an explosive device.
Aviation experts say they are now examining all security procedures at the Egyptian resort Sharm el-Sheikh Airport. I'm John Clemens.
On Wall Street on Wednesday, the Dow slipped a little bit, down 50.5. You're listening to USA Radio News. For breaking news and more, please visit westernjournalism.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-479-2697. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-479-2697.
Last week, President Obama announced his decision to send Special Operations Forces to assist the fight against the Islamic State terrorists, but contends he did not break any promises. USA's Russ Jones reports that previous speeches and interviews reveal something very, very different.
While Democrats have expressed concern that the president is backtracking on his earlier commitments, President Obama contends he didn't break any promises. But a Washington Free Beacon montage says something quite different about boots on the ground.
I do not foresee a scenario in which American boots on the ground in Syria would not only be good for America, but also would be good for Syria.
We're not considering any boots on the ground approach.
We would not put boots on the ground.
It does not involve boots on the ground.
Even one without boots on the ground. Not putting boots on the ground.
Obama has said some 15 times he would not put American boots on the ground in Syria. Now some are asking, why the change in policy? I'm Russ Jones.
San Diego police are thankful that no one was hurt following a standoff with an armed man at an apartment complex. Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman identified the suspect as Titus Colbert.
And he will be booked into jail for numerous charges, including attempt murder of several police officers.
Colbert surrendered to officers Wednesday afternoon after the standoff had entered into its fifth hour in the Bankers Hill neighborhood. For USA Radio News, I'm Anthony Lucero.
Great websites today need expert web design and development and need to be e-commerce ready and mobile friendly. But building a marketable and profitable website can be an uphill climb. Ready to make your new website or replace your existing website? Think Orange as the new way to get in the black. Orange Hill Development works with Fortune 500 companies and offer the same top quality development service at a fraction of what other providers charge. Brands like Absolute, Carlsberg, and Nestea trust Orange Hill Development. Find out why you should trust your website with Orange Hill. Contact Orange Hill for a consultation today at orangehilldevelopment.com.
Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina. Candid.
I want to give you the inside story.
Captivating.
I want to introduce you to my kind and amazingly talented friends.
Compelling.
We get to meet some of the most amazing cannabis activists and warriors around.
Listen in as medical marijuana pioneer Dr. Dina shares never-before-heard stories, chats with cannabis insiders and celebrity friends, and provides invaluable perspective and insight into one of the fastest-growing industries in the world.
I want to share with you what was once confidential information. Let's expose the truth, discuss the issues, and learn the facts.
Cannabis Confidential, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Under royal blue skies, the boys in blue brought home the crowd of professional baseball in Kansas City during a celebration parade Tuesday. USA's Russ Jones brings us a story about his hometown.
Let's go Royals! It's been 30 years since the Kansas City Royals won its first World Series. Without rioting or looting, estimates of over 500,000 fans gathered to celebrate the championship. Kevin Fears, manager of KCNW Radio in Kansas City, a USA Radio Network's affiliate, said many schools and businesses closed to celebrate.
This team has brought this city together, and for them to go off without a hitch with no major incidents like we've seen with some other cities, it's just a great thing and a great example of the true pride and passion that Kansas City has for this baseball team.
The Royals finished off the New York Mets in 5 games on Sunday to win the Fall Classic. I'm Russ Jones.
For USA Headline Sports, I'm Tammy Rose.
Turn down that radio!
If you finally decided to address your hearing loss, the MD Hearing Aid Air is a medical-grade hearing aid that costs up to 90% less than traditional hearing aids. Designed by a Chicago doctor, the MD Hearing Aid Air has a sleek, nearly invisible profile. This digital hearing aid incorporates technology and features found in hearing aids costing thousands of dollars. The Air offers advanced noise reduction, making speech clearer and virtually eliminating annoying background noise. 3 environmental settings put you in control. You select the best setting for your location. Call 1-800-485-4408. Over 100,000 satisfied customers have already made the call. Call right now for our exclusive 45-day risk-free trial and get free shipping and a year's worth of free batteries, a $50 value. Call MD Hearing Aid at 1-800-485-4408. Satisfaction guaranteed. That's 1-800-485-4408.
Jeremy Lamb scored 20 points on 9 of 10 shooting. Nicholas Batum added 18, and the Charlotte Hornets cruised to their first victory of the season, 130-105 over the Chicago Bulls Tuesday night. Jeremy Lin had 15 points, Al Jefferson had 14, and Spencer Hayes chipped in with 13 on three-pointers as the hot shooting Hornets shot 14 of 22 from beyond the arc and made 22 of 23 free throws. Ken Weisenhunt was fired by the Tennessee Titans on Tuesday. Weisenhunt was 3-20 as head coach in Tennessee, including 1-6 this season. Only one coach in NFL history was worse in his first 23 games with a team. The Titans lost their 6th consecutive game Sunday at Houston. It's the 3rd straight season Weisenhunt lost at least 6 in a row as a head coach. For USA Headlines.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every day. Medical marijuana is my last resort, and it helps me when all other drugs have failed. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones. Federal regulators are hitting Japanese airbag maker Takata with the largest fine in the history of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. NHTSA Administrator Mark Rosekind announced the penalty.
Takata agrees to pay the largest civil penalty in NHTSA's history, $200 million. It must pay $70 million in cash and remaining amounts if it violates the terms of NHTSA orders.
Takata will have to phase out and recall all the defective airbag inflators that have been known to rupture. Officials are also accelerating recalls of the defective airbags.
It orders the 12 manufacturers that have issued Takata recalls to complete those recalls on an accelerated schedule and to prioritize vehicles based on risk.
More than 19 million vehicles in the U.S. have already been recalled over the issue. This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones.
About all things cannabis. This is CannabisRadio.com, a service of Cannabis Media. Stand by for another great hour of CannabisRadio.com. But first, let's get you informed with news around the world in 90 seconds.
USA Radio News, I'm Anthony Lucero. Officials say a student armed with a hunting knife stabbed 4 people at the University of California at Merced before being shot dead by campus police. All of the victims are expected to recover. A suspect is under arrest in the stabbing of a man who stopped a terrorist gunman on a French train. Sacramento police say James Tran is facing attempted murder charges for stabbing Spencer Stone. He was stabbed during a fight outside a Sacramento bar last month. Authorities in Illinois are calling the shooting death of a police officer a suicide staged to look like a murder. The Lake County Major Crimes Task Force says an overwhelming amount of evidence shows Lieutenant Charles Joseph Glenowitz took his own life after committing extensive criminal acts. The officer was found shot to death on September 1st after he radioed in to say he was chasing 3 suspects on foot. You're listening to USA Radio News, powered by WesternJournalism.com.
UK and US intelligence suggests the Russian jet that crashed in Egypt, killing all 224 people on board, may have been brought down by a bomb. British Prime Minister David Cameron will hold talks with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Thursday, just a day after the UK halted all flights into the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. And social media site Facebook has reported a spike in profits.
Your connection to quality cannabis insurance services is spelled K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R. That's Karcher Insurance. We have worked with ventures like cannabis for over 60 years. We're proud to represent over 50 companies with tailor-made cannabis plans for owners just like you to insure your product, your plants, and your pursuits. K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R spells out their full-service insurance services, ranging from commercial to bonds to personal, from life to health, and more. Contact the team at KarcherInsurance.com and let our experience work for you. That's K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R Insurance.com.
Contact Karen and the team at Karcher Insurance at 1-844-421-3560. That's 844-421-3560.
From high atop Mount Soledad in San Diego, California, 100 feet above sea level. Good morning. It's good news with cannabis nurse Heather.
This plant is amazing. Positive change is happening. We did it. No matter who you are, you can make a positive impact on the world.
I would rather be illegally alive than legally dead.
And that quote helped to give you strength.
Nurse Heather is only on CannabisRadio.com.
Good morning, Cannabis Nurse Heather.
Helping ganjapreneurs grow. Ganjapreneur starts right now. Only on CannabisRadio.com.
Welcome to Ganjapreneur, helping ganjapreneurs grow and succeed in every sector of the cannabis industry. Ganjapreneur will introduce you to the cannabis pioneers who are paving the way for future generations. Learn about the shifting landscape of the market directly from the experts and get to know some of the leading minds in the industry as they tell their story of struggles and success. Now, CannabisRadio.com presents Ganjapreneur.
Hi there and welcome to the Ganjapreneur.com podcast. I am your host, Shango Los. The Ganjapreneur.com podcast gives us an opportunity to speak directly to entrepreneurs, cannabis growers, product developers, and cannabis medicine researchers, all focused on making the most of cannabis normalization. As your host, I do my best to bring you original cannabis industry ideas that will ignite your own entrepreneurial spark and give you actionable information to improve your business strategy and improve your health and the health of cannabis patients everywhere. Today, my guest is Steve D'Angelo. Steve D'Angelo is a lifelong cannabis activist and entrepreneur with over 40 years teaching and bringing cannabis liberation to the people. He is presently executive director at Harborside Health Center, the country's premier medical marijuana facility located in San Francisco. He is also founder of Steep Hill, a national cannabis analytics laboratory helping to establish nationwide standards for cannabis medicine. His new book, The Cannabis Manifesto, comes out everywhere today. Steve is the gold standard in cannabis activism and entrepreneurism, and I dare say a hero of mine. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Shangolos. Good to be here.
So we're really lucky to be able to speak with you today on the day that your new book, The Cannabis Manifesto, comes out. It's a powerful reframing of cannabis, not as a drug to be regulated, but more of an opportunity for health that we've been missing for years. What's the message from the book that you most want people to be aware of?
Well, I think the message is that cannabis is not a bad plant, it's a good plant. It's not a harm that should be tolerated, it's a benefit that should be actively promoted.
One of the tenets of your book that I really identify with is that everyone is essentially a patient because cannabis holds some sort of health benefit for everybody, whether it's, anxiety, acute pain, neurodegeneration, cancer, or simply acne or even boredom. What do you think it will take to transition the common American citizen from being suspicious of the plant to embracing it for all the good it does?
Well, two factors. One is education, and a lot of the changes that we're seeing now are the result of many decades of education. And then personal contact. What we've seen in California is that now that we're 20 years into legal medical cannabis, almost everybody in the state has a friend, a relative, knows somebody who's used cannabis therapeutically and had very good effects. And that's really the key in changing people's minds, is when a trusted messenger brings them the message, when they see it for themselves, then they really